smile, Dave.
Did he just smile?
He did actually smile. Hey everyone, hope you're well. We are on our way to Knockhill for testing this week, and it's sunny, as you can see. Nice and sunny outside. Unheard of in Scotland, but apparently it does happen every now and again. We've got Dave driving, Daz is in the back. Looking forward to a good test this week. But what we're going to talk about today is my top 5 moments from myself at the Isle of Man TT, because we should have been racing at the TT this week, of course, and we're not. So fingers crossed the world goes back to some sort of normality very soon, and we'll be back at the TT in 2022. But I'm going to give you my top 5 moments in the last, well, the 6 years that I've raced at the Isle of Man TT. So number 5 is going to be my 2019 senior TT, where I finished second. Now, a lot of people kind of know I had an issue. Most people actually get it wrong though. They all think the bike was overheating and throwing water out, but it wasn't. It was throwing water out before it got hot, which is unusual. But the reason it's one of my top 5 moments is we had a 19-second lead by the end of lap 4. I done 134.2 mile an hour standing start, which is pretty damn fast, as I'm sure you're aware. So that was obviously a good start to the race, and we'd had hardly any practice that week as well. So to be able to do that kind of lap time from a standing start was really good. But that's not the moment that I'm choosing. The moment I'm choosing is them last 2 laps. Because we had a big issue with the bike throwing a lot of water out, which meant I couldn't open the throttle properly. So I had to do 2 whole laps of the TT course on about 50% throttle, because any more than 50% throttle, it would throw water out, and I had to do it at less than 11,000 RPM. So our bike normally revs to 14.5, 15,000 RPM, but anything over 11, the bike would chuck water out. So I had to really manage the bike for them 2 laps, and I still managed to finish second to Dean in that race. And I think to be able to actually do that, you know, it's tough. It's a lot. I think a lot of riders probably would have given up. Well, that's not really in my nature, really. So yeah, it was good to still get on the podium. I think I only just finished in front of Connor. I think it was only 2 or 5 seconds in it, so it was close. I managed just to squeeze a bit more speed out of it just towards the end, just to make sure we to manage to stay second. But so that's number 5 for me. Moment number 4 was my 3rd year at the Isle of Man TT. I was on the GB Moto Racing Kawasaki. It was a brand new bike that year. I was teammates with Leon Haslam and James Ellison in BSB. We took the bike to the northwest and then went to the TT with it. We actually had a load of problems with it in practice, so I only did 3 laps practice on it, and actually it was the first time I'd ever taken a super bike to the Isle of Man TT. So I only had 3 laps practice on it, and then we went straight into a race on the Saturday. We had to take all the standard electronics, all the SUPERSTOCK electronics off the SUPERSTOCK bike and put them onto the Superbike, because we were having problems with the Superbike electronics. It was all a bit of a mismatch. I started the Superbike race on the Saturday, got away okay, almost starting to learn the bike again really. With the different electronics, it was completely different. The team had been up until like 2 o'clock in the morning sorting the bike out. They'd worked really hard. And at the end of that race, I actually did 132.4 mile an hour average lap, which put me 4th fastest rider ever, and it was obviously only my 9th lap ever on a superbike around the TT. So to get into that 132 club, if you like, was yeah, it was definitely a highlight for me. So that's moment number 4. Moment number 3, I'm going to go for my Supersport win in 2019, actually on the little Trooper Beer K2 Triumph by Smith's Racing. It was epic to finally win a Supersport TT. It's been since 2015 I've been trying to win a Supersport race there, and it's tough, you know. I'm used to a big bike, completely different riding style on the little Supersport bike, but it was absolutely mega to get a win, not only in the Supersport class but also on the Triumph, you know, on a British bike. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely loved it. I love riding that little Triumph. It literally howled its way all the way around that TT course, and I think I did 128 mile an hour lap on it as well. So really happy with the little bike, and that's moment number 3 for me. Moment number 2 and number 1 was a very close one for me. It was really tough to decide between the two. I've gone for moment number 2. My second highlight of my career so far at the TT is going to be my first ever win at the Isle of Man TT on the SUPERSTOCK bike. It's a highlight for me for a couple of different reasons. Obviously, being my first win, it was a massive achievement, but also because I ran on in that race really early on, stupidly. We'd had the SUPERSPORT race early in the morning. I was used to the SUPERSPORT bike, and then you jump on the stocker, and yeah, it caught me out a little bit. So on the run to Bredon Bridge, I braked just a little bit too late. I had to make a decision whether to turn in or go straight on, and I decided to go straight on, do a 3-point turn, and come back onto the track. And I lost 11-12 seconds ish, something like that, and to still win the race with how competitive the Isle of Man TT is at the moment, you know, against people like Michael Dunlop and Dean Harrison and all the rest of it, to still come through and win that race by the end was, yeah, I think is a mega achievement. So that's highlight or moment number 2 for me. And my number 1 Hicky moment of my TT career has got to be the Isle of Man TT senior race in 2018. Second place the whole way through the race until the last couple of sectors, topping it off obviously with a 135-mile-an-hour lap, the only 135-mile-an-hour lap ever at the Isle of Man TT. The Smiths Racing BMW had worked absolutely awesome all week. We'd not actually touched the bike at all. I'd ridden it there the year before. We had it set up just about perfect and just got on a road. The team had worked awesome and the bike was working mega, and yeah, to come away with that lap time is not just the lap time. I mean, the lap time's one thing, but also to actually win a senior TT, it's such a big thing, you know. So that is my top 5 Hicky TT moments from my career so far at the Isle of Man TT in my short 6 years of racing there. So hopefully get to see you all at Isle of Man TT in 2022. Hope you've enjoyed some of the cut throughs that we've done through on this video, some of the footage that you've been able to see, and yeah, getting on to the FHO. I can hear Daz doing something behind me. I don't know what he's doing.
Not doing anything at all. I'm tempted.
Yeah, we'll be doing something. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to head up to Knockhill now on my FHO Racing BMW, and looking forward to taking the FHO bike to the Isle of Man TT in 2022, and I'll see you there. Cheers, guys.